Mindset allows you to push outside of your comfort zone. No, I can't. It's more like I can't yet. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me on this video today. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a different video. Now, first of all, I should just apologise. I have been away for a little while, so thank you. If you are still subscribed to my channel, I haven't put anything out recently, so I just want to say thank you for sticking around. Today's video, I felt almost like a strong need to make this video because something I have actually experienced, and that is gym anxiety. This video is basically just some tips and tricks on how to actually defeat gym anxiety. It is a real thing, and I will put my hand up and say, yes, I have certainly experienced gym anxiety. I'll just kind of give you and fill you in with a little bit of a backstory. Basically, my story starts off last year in January. I decided to join the gym. Previous to that, I had just been doing like home workouts and, you know, going to the beach, just walking around. Nothing too crazy fitness wise, but I did like to keep active. Before that though, I remember I gained a little bit of weight once I had gone overseas, and when I had my in-laws come up and we went on holidays, so I gained a little bit of weight, which is nothing to be ashamed of, but it was just, I gained a little bit extra punch, and I wanted to be a little bit more fitter and a little bit more the best version of myself. So I decided, okay, this year I'm going to go to the gym. Now I will show you a picture of what I was like in January last year. So as you can see, I don't know if I put it up here or not, but and you'll be able to see that I am actually drinking like a wine bottle. So you can see my fitness journey had not started yet, but to be fair, I mean, it was like New Year's Day or something, so that was in January last year. So this is me in January this year, recording a video on fitness. So basically my story, I decided to join the gym last year in January. Now, it goes back to like when I decided to join, I experienced a lot of gym anxiety because I didn't know anything about the gym, to be honest. Like, I had experience going to the gym with one of my ex-partners, like when I was maybe 18, but I didn't take it seriously, and I only went for like 3 weeks, and that was just like, I didn't learn anything from that really. So when I came into joining the gym last year in January, I really had made that in my mind to say I want to join the gym. My mindset was already set. I want to get fit. I want to be able to be the best version of me. So in my mind, I was like, I want to join the gym. However, it took me a few days of mentally going through in my brain to say, Adrina, you need to go and, you know, call up the gym and organise to sign up. So I called up the gym and I asked for prices, and it seemed all good. So I was like, okay, here's me, like on the day I was sitting in my car and I was just about to walk into the gym, and I was just like freaking out because I was like, my heart was like, and I thought to myself, why am I so nervous? Why am I so scared about signing up to the gym? Like, it's such a simple task for some people, but for me it was just like a massive anxiety moment where I was like, oh my goodness, like, what are people going to think, like, when I join up to the gym? Like, who's there? What am I doing? I don't even know what to do. So all of these crazy thoughts in my head, I was just experiencing all this anxiety. So I remember like being really, really nervous walking through the doors of the gym and being like, oh my goodness. I walked up to the front counter and I was just like to them, in my speaky little voice, I was just like, hi, my name is Adrina, can I join the gym? And I was thinking in my head, like, of course you can go join the gym. I should have said like, I'm wanting to join the gym, but in my head I was just like so nervous and just so freaked out. And this guy wasn't small, he was like quite big and muscly, and I was just like, feeling super intimidating to even just join up to the gym. I was just like, is this place even for me? As he was getting my stuff ready, like 2 other big guys come walking through the door, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm just like this little thing walking through the gym wanting to join the gym. Like, they're probably thinking I'm pathetic. But little did I know, that's not the mindset I should have had. Anyways, I sat on their little chairs that they still have there now, and I signed these forms. I read through all the forms. Now, it is I actually even got quite overwhelmed with the form process, because on that form I remember reading like something about the legalities of if you damage, like the gym is not responsible for damage to yourself or death or something like that, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay, if I like twist the wrong thing and I break my arm, that's really freaky. Anyway, so I got all anxiety from that even. So anyways, but I remember after I signed those forms and I paid for my initial sign-up fee and I got my card, I felt so like proud of myself that I went in there on my own and signed up. I was just like, it wasn't that bad once I did it, but I remember just sitting in the car like shaking almost, like, okay, breathe, you can go in here, you can sign up. That's how freaked out I was to even go and join the gym. So I know that gym anxiety is real, even before you go into the gym. It starts. For some people, not everyone. So anyways, I joined up to the gym. That day after I joined the gym, I was quite inspired actually that I went to go into town and I got some like new gym wear I'm ready for the next day. So I got some stuff from in town, and then the next day came around and I remember having my little card all ready to go and swipe into the gym on the little sign-in key thing. So got myself ready, got myself hyped up, and again, like, it took me a little while to just get organised and get ready to even get into my car to go to the gym, because like, okay, this is the first time I'm going to go into the gym. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna go. So I packed my stuff and then I went, and I remember just walking through there, scanned my card, and I was just overwhelmed again, because I was like, okay, there's this area which is like the cardio area. Then if you go through here to this other section, that's your weights and your like your machines, and you've got like another little cardio section, and then you've got some other like free weights and stuff like that. So I was in this part here, which is just the cardio, and I remember that first day I did not have the confidence enough to even walk out of that section. Put my bag up in the racks, basically went on the Stairmaster and the treadmill, and that was it, and that was my workout done. But I knew that that's not, I didn't want to feel that anxiety. I wanted to just be able to go walk into the gym and see what, like, have a real good look around, but I just couldn't, because I was like, there's so many people that are like toned and they're like, you know, they know what they're doing, and then you come in and you're like, this person has no idea what they're doing. So it can be very, very overwhelming. So that's basically a little bit of my story about the gym anxiety and how I've experienced gym anxiety. So these are a couple of tips that are probably, if I was to give any advice or tips to help out with anyone that is just thinking about joining the gym or going to the gym, especially even in that process of going to the gym, because eventually if you continue going, you will gain confidence, because it's your surroundings. Like, it's almost inevitable that you will gain a bit more confidence. I think anxiety kind of comes a bit more from the fear of the unknown, and for people that overthink, like overthinkers like myself, they always think of the worst possible case scenario, and that can be very hard to get out of. So I think me sharing these tips might help some people. So basically, first things first, one way to, I guess, defeat. Now, you might not fully defeat, but these are going to help. These are 3 to 4 key points that will help with the gym anxiety thing. So first of all, you have to just recognize your comfort zone. Recognize that you are out of it, and that you don't know everything, and just accept that. So for me, what I know now, this is what I would have told myself back then. My comfort zone, like, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about the gym. I didn't know, what to do. So my comfort zone, I knew that I was out of it the minute I even walked through the gym. It was not my zone. It was not my territory. I guess it's just like, a guy that's never ever played with makeup going and trying to do someone's makeup. It's like that. So that's how I kind of felt going into like this gym with like these big fellows, and just yeah, it was just like really overwhelming. And not just big fellas, but like fit girls as well. I'm just like, oh my gosh, okay. So anyway, just recognize your comfort zone, and you're going to have to push outside of it. Accept that this is scary, accept that this is a bit of a thing like you're feeling, but you need to know that if you don't push out of that comfort zone, that is, you're not going to grow, you're not going to be able to achieve those things. You're not going to be able to go to the gym, you know, the way that you want to go to the gym. So just push out of that comfort zone, even if it's a little bit, just, you know, make those moves, make those little steps. You know, if you're very frightened inside from that anxiety, again, recognize it, and then you're going to have to really, really train your mind to say, okay, I'm feeling super nervous, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not going to die if I go and ask this person something. Your mindset allows you to push outside of your comfort zone. So don't think negatively, always think kind of a bit more positively. Like, don't think, oh, I'll never be able to do that. Think, okay, I can't do that yet, but I'm going to learn how to. So just think of it as in that way. So no, I can't. It's more like I can't yet. Okay? So mindset and your comfort zone. That's my first key point. Now also, just a sub point from that comfort zone section, go with a friend if you're really, really, really struggling and you're like, oh my goodness, I cannot do this. It's just like really overwhelming and freaking me out. Go with someone that you trust, go with someone that you know, go maybe try and find a friend there. That might be even more scary, but I mean, just a tip would be to go with someone that kind of knows a bit, or they've been there before, or even, you know, go up to the staff and say, hey, do you mind just showing me around the gym? I'm just a little bit like overwhelmed right now, and I'm sure the gym staff will be more than happy to do that for you. So just like little things that can just help you feel a bit more comfortable. Right, my second key point. Now this is something that has helped me a lot, and this is again why I'm sharing, because what you're doing now is you are watching my video and you're doing basically your own research because you're listening to other people's experiences. That's something that what I did as well. So literally the first month that I was going to the gym, I remember going, now this is going to be a super embarrassing thing for me to admit, but I remember that first week that I went to the gym, I remember typing in on YouTube how to go to the gym. Now if that's not embarrassing, I don't know what is. But I remember I had no clue, so I needed to research for myself. And I went and I'll put my hand up, yep, I YouTubed how to go to the gym, had no clue. So typing that in, researching that, I found out some different little key points. I was like, oh, okay, now I know that. I'm glad I watched this video because I learned that, and I would not have known that if I had gone there and, you know, I might have learned it, but I might have learned the hard way, or a bit longer time for me to learn that. So research, do your own research, like, you know, read articles, and especially what you are trying to achieve. If you're going in there with like a mindset that you want to achieve a certain goal, do extra research online. Like, the internet is such an amazing source of information. Be mindful, yes, there's heaps of information out there, but read up on things from different points of views and then create your own truth from that, because not everything that somebody says will work for you, and vice versa. What works for you might not work for somebody else. So just do your own research, take bits and pieces for your own truth based on, you know, what your body's like. Do your own research. That's my second tip. That will alleviate and really reduce some of the anxiety, because if you have a bit of knowledge going into the gym about certain things, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know that, I've heard that somewhere, because it can really become overwhelming. My third tip to alleviate the gym anxiety would be set up a routine. So a simple thing that I could just say right now is the first month that I went in there, now some people go and buy the plans and they stick to the plans, and that keeps them consistent with what they are achieving. For me, I didn't invest in getting a plan or anything like that. I just kind of wanted to fill out my own routines. So I set up my own routine. So whenever I went to the gym, I'd put my bag away, I'd fill up my water bottle. If I need to go to the toilet, I'd go to the toilet then. And then I would get into my workout, which I would do when I first started, like 10 minutes warm up on the treadmill, and then I would go do some like glute activation bands, and then I'd do like some weights. So I just had that as a simple thing. So warm up, activation, and weights. 3 key simple things. Kept it simple. Then I set my own routine up. And so whenever I went to the gym, I wouldn't be looking around thinking, oh, what am I going to do? If you are a type of person that gets overwhelmed quite easily, just set up a small little routine with something that you are comfortable with. So if you only know the treadmill for now, go on the treadmill until you feel a bit more comfortable to explore the rest of the place or whatever. But just remember, going back to my point number 1, comfort zone. If you don't push out of your comfort zone, so if you continue to stay on just what you know, you're not going to learn. So you do have to just know and be aware that this is your comfort zone. You probably want to, this is where you want to achieve, so you have to break away from that little section and go up to achieve your goal, which means breaking your comfort zone. Okay, so yeah, my 3 main points. Comfort zone, just be aware of that, acknowledge it, it's okay. Just remember, like, as much as you think people are probably judging you, they're too worried about themselves, let's be real. Like, knowing what I know now, people aren't there just to judge you. You might have your odd person that like looks at you weirdly, but you know, you have that down the street, so don't worry. Second of all, do your research, do your own research, and take truths from what you have read. Make sure that you're kind of getting good sources though. Don't just come from one source. Get a little bit of information from other areas basically, so then you can form your own choice of what's going to work for you. And then thirdly, set up your routine. So once you've got your routine, you're going to be able to basically be a bit more consistent. So you've got a routine, you know what to do, you're coming in to do this. When you come in on Monday, that's what I'm doing on Monday. If you have to, write it down. Tuesday I'm going to do this, Wednesday I'm going to do this, Thursday I'm going to do this, Friday I'm going to do this, or whatever. Set up a routine of what you like to do with your training. Quick example of that is I don't like the treadmill. So my other form of cardio that I've really discovered that I really enjoy is skipping. I love to skip, and you know it's really quite funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's like, it makes me smile because when I first joined the gym, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but when I first joined the gym, I remember like for weeks I didn't see anyone with a skipping rope. I was the only one in there doing my skip, doing my thing, and then I'll do like some weights. That was just my cardio section. And then like literally a few months later, I started noticing a lot more people using skipping ropes. So I was like, yes. And from that, I remember even having like a conversation with somebody saying, oh, it's coming into like, this is turning into like a bit of a skipping crew, because we were all like skipping in the cardio room at the same time, which had never happened. So just find what you enjoy. Now lastly, to finish this video off, I'm just going to give you some advice, some solid advice, some advice that I think of even to this day, 1 year into my journey. Like, I've not been going to the gym for a long time, but I know that I have been consistent this year, and that I have learned so much. So yeah, basically advice, find what works for you, and that will be able to keep you more consistent. Now, this is a massive thing, and I have this on my Instagram as well in one of my pictures, because it is such a true, when I heard this, I was like, that sticks and that resonates with me so well, which is progress, not perfection. So progress, not perfection, that was such a big thing for me to think of when I heard those words. Progress, not perfection. There's so many times that we get wrapped up as thinking we need to look like this, and it happens like that. You look on Instagram, these girls looking fit, and it's like, we don't realize that they've been working 5 years for that body. So we have to really understand that it is progress, not perfection. As long as you are moving those feet forward and you're being the best version of you that you can be, then you are making progress. Even if you do not see it, because there's, like for me, I like to see things there and then, like real quick. But this really trained my brain to say, when I heard those words, progress, not perfection, that made me think, okay, I need to slow it down a bit, and I can't be getting here, like I can't be going from A to Z in one straight line and just expecting it to happen overnight. No, I've got all the other letters in the alphabet that I need to go through before I can get to Z. So just know that is progress, not perfection. You might be on A, for, you know, just for an example, you might be on A, I might be on A right now, and I have gone to maybe B this year. Z is my main goal. So I've got so many more letters in the alphabet until I can achieve my main goal, but at least I was further than I was before. So just keep that in mind. Last bit of advice is everyone is on their own journey. So whenever you go into that gym, just remind yourself, everyone's on their own journey, including you. Like, you've just started or you are wanting to start. It takes time and patience. Everyone is on their own journey. You don't know how, if you look at someone in the gym and you're like very inspired, like you think, wow, they look so good, they look amazing. Like, you can be that person too, but it does take time. And everyone is on their own journey. You don't know how long that person's been doing that for. You don't know their, unless you've talked to them, you don't know their whole journey. So it's taken them, it doesn't happen overnight, it's taken them a while to get where they are. So just be mindful of that. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Make sure that you are aware that patience is truly the key. Patience is something that it's going to take time. Just a quick example is when I first joined the gym, I could not do a push-up. I legit could not get one push-up fully completed. I can do 10 now. And that is amazing to me because I never ever used to be able to do one. So I was just so impressed with myself, and I know because I've been patient and because I've been consistent, that is how I have been able to achieve that. So it's something that you have to really reset your mind for, and it is a lifestyle kind of choice. One last little bit before I go. I'm sorry, I've got all this, I just got so much advice I want to give you guys that are just starting out, and I'm still starting out. I'm still on my beginner level. I'm still a newbie, I'm still an amateur, but I've just got like so much that I would love to just tell those people that were in my position 1 year ago. Just so many things. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Really, don't be so harsh. Especially like with your diet. Yes, you have to be consistent with your diet, but don't feel like if you enjoy chocolate, do not feel like you can not have a piece for the whole year. That is not good for your mind. So you just have to really, really understand that. If you want a piece of chocolate, go have a little piece of chocolate. But just maybe be a little bit mindful of how much you're having. Maybe just be mindful when you're having your chocolate, just not to eat as much. You can still have it. Don't restrict yourself so much. I think that's where people get caught up to when they think, oh, I can't have this, I can't have that. Like, I've still seen progress, and I will just put my hand up and admit it. And I have had chocolate for breakfast on some days. I've had other stuff with it, but like I might have had a good breakfast and I had like, a little Lindt chocolate, like, happens. But don't beat yourself up about it. Okay? We're human, we're not perfect, and we just remember progress, not perfection. So yeah, overall I hope this helped. I hope my rambling wasn't so weird and crazy, and I hope it might have helped somebody out there, because like I feel like I don't know why, but I feel quite passionate about this, because like I've just been on that roller coaster ride of just joining the gym, so I feel like, I don't know, I just feel inspired. I feel like helping someone helping someone out with my knowledge. Everyone has their own experiences, and I hope that you might have learned something from mine. And I just really, really want to just say thank you for watching my video once again, and if you would subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. If it's not for you, that's okay too. But yeah, feel free to drop me a comment down below if you have had any similar experiences, or even just like some extra good advice that you've heard from other people when you first started doing the gym. I'd love to I love quotes, I love hearing about those things. Hopefully I can produce some more things for you guys, and I just hope you guys have an amazing day. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.